Hey everyone, so I hope some of us at least are starting to get outdoors a little bit more, where you can, when it's safe, all that stuff. Anyways, so I'm back in the shop for a little while anyways, so I'm having some fun. And what I wanted to talk about today, of course, we're getting outdoors more, I hope, and enjoying some beautiful sunshine and some beautiful weather in some places. So the frame that we're going to talk about today is an ever classic. This is the 1813 Edge from Vuarnet. One of my favorite aviators I've ever worked with because it works on a lot of different face shapes, unlike the very classic, very teardrop original aviator, and even more so than Vuarnet's own traditional aviator, but for a different reason, because these two are very similar in shape. What I like on this one in particular is we have this really nice Livid edge here, which of course is a little brandy. We do not particularly love loud, lavish branding on our frames here. Some people do, I'm just not one of them, sorry. In this case, I like it because it's a nice classic. It's a nod to that flashy 80s kind of vintagey vibe that this frame has on its own anyways. So it works. And this one in particular is equipped with the pure brown lenses with a purple-pink flash, which really just accentuates the brown in this case. It isn't something super obtrusive. A man can wear this. It's not overly pinky or purpley, which, you know, some men can pull off pink. I'm not one of them. I've got too much red in my skin. It just doesn't work. That was probably a whole wrong direction for this video. Anyways, that happened. But overall, it's a little bit more squared than what you'll find with traditional aviators, which I really like. That's what allows this to work on a lot of different shapes. You've got the softer features, you've got a lot more structure with the double bar, that more pronounced bridge here. Then this one is flattened out a little bit as well, which I don't know that you can really make out in the video, rather than being rounded. So it's got some nice angles and some nice bevel to it that you won't generally see. There you go. You can tell it's a little bit more squared off at that angle without me wearing it. And of course, all this ties in very nicely. You don't have any over-the-top solder joints. You know, they're there and they're visible, but at this price point, you kind of expect that. They're not going to have the jewelry level finish that you would find on an $8,000, $9,000 frame. So there's that. Deal with it. But it works extremely well in this case. Now, of course, the temples are that same stainless material all the way throughout. You get a little bit of flex to them, no spring hinge present on this one, which in my opinion is a nice touch on this one, just because it keeps with that very thin material, the nice classic look, and it does work very well. Weight's pretty minimal on these. I'm going to say around 30 grams. I did not throw it on the scale, and now I don't feel like going over and doing that. Sorry, but the ballpark 30 grams on it, which for a larger frame with glass lenses in it, it's not bad at all. Even with, if you did a prescription, you'd be getting up closer around 34 or 35. Still nothing too crazy because the frame itself is very lightweight and fairly well balanced. It is a little bit front heavy, so this is not one you would want to go with a stronger prescription. If you're on the upper end of what Vuarnet offers in that -5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6 is really all Vuarnet offers. We can do a little bit more in-house. They're not Vuarnet branded lenses. They work good, but we can do that. So, anyways, as far as Vuarnet's lens options, if you're on the upper end of the spectrum, I wouldn't really recommend this frame so much, just because it's going to be really front heavy at that point. And, you know, I love frames that balance really well and don't fall off on the front without tweaking it down behind the ears till it's like glued and wrapped around back there. Anyways, that's all I've got on the 1813. If there's anything I missed or anything in particular you're curious about, kind of the function of that bar across the top, any of those things, let me know in the comments below, or if there's anything particular you would like to see next time. Otherwise, take care. I will catch you guys next time, hopefully back on a more routine schedule after this.